Shalu, thank you so much for coming. And I know we have changed like last minute things, but that's the fun, right?
That's so
Change in the last minute and then just show up. So, um, first, I want to start with such an awesome friend that you are. And every time you see me, you're like, hey, you look beautiful. You did such a good job. So, I know that not just that you offered that to me, I know your heart, like you offered that to everybody. So, thank you for that. So, we are here today, and the first time that I know you, or how I know you, is from where?
Sorry, Hanuman Temple
How?
with Bhagavad Gita.
Bhagavad
We
Gita.
both were batch 8,
Yeah.
Bhagavad Gita, and that was the amazing part of our life.
I struggled a lot, but I got
We
it.
all.
We all
I
struggled.
mean, I come from that background, even though, like, so what happened is, I come from a Sanskrit background. I had Sanskrit from 6th to 9th standard in KV, right?
Back
So,
in India? Where?
Back in India. So, I studied in Kendriya Vidyalayas. So,
Which state?
which is CBSE. So it's a central board, right? And they, back in time, I don't know if they offer the same thing right now, but I'm talking about like many years back, right? So Sanskrit was a compulsory language for us from 6th grade to 9th grade. I studied that, so I'm as a family background also, I had that Sanskrit background. My parents, my grandfather, he was like translating all those Upanishads and Vedas, my grandfather.
Upanishads and Vedas?
Yes.
Wow.
From Sanskrit to Hindi. He has that kind of talent. My father is also very into that part, right? So when I entered into that Bhagavad Gita batch
You're
8,
like batch 8.
batch 8, I was thinking like, oh, I'm pro it. So, and I'm chanting and I'm reading Bhagavad Gita for past 10 years. So I thought it's like piece of cake for me. But when the first assessment happened with Amulya ji, oh my God, she started this pronunciation, this pronunciation, this pronunciation. And I'm like, like, honestly, it hurts your ego for the first time, right?
Because you're so conditioned in your mind. I know all this. I come from this background, right?
Yeah, and that happened to me also. Human being, right? And it's a very basic human nature. Like you think you are pro in that, and when somebody points out your mistake, it's like
not everybody knows that. Not everybody accepts that they go.
Yes.
So it's very.
So first 2 months, I was in that like zone where it's like every time I'm doing the assessment on Sundays, and she's like, "This is not right. This is not. Fix your mistakes." I'm like, what? What she's talking about? I mean, she's not even from the Hindi state,
right.
And how come she's? You know that ego part, right? It took 2-3 months for me.
You were assisting her.
Yeah, I was thinking like I'm assessing, but then it took 2-3 months to accept this. Hey, you are here to receive something. You are here to learn something, right? And when you are in the you want something, you are learning, you are at the receiving end. So you have to be on the lower side, because then only you can receive something, right? Then if somebody is pouring from top, it can only be poured from top, not from the bottom. So somebody is pouring from top, you have to be on the lower end to receive it. And that was a big realization. And I was like, okay, surrender, complete surrender, work on it. And you know what? After the completion, after that 10 months journey.
Oh my God, I think we sat in the same row.
Same row.
We sat in the same row.
And I told Amulya ji this thing. See, Amulya ji, in the beginning, I struggled, but when we were doing the exam, I felt that the students, like your students, when they were chanting for the test, the pronunciation was so beautiful, so clear and different compared to, I'm not saying others are bad. No, that was not the point. And I'm not trying to compare anybody. But I felt the hard work the stress she puts on her student, it's different. And that's how we did that batch 8. Yes. We're so blessed to do that. So blessed.
I mean, just Appaji says this, and we know this for a fact. We know, right? that unless there is a divine power out there and something that we have done in past lives, Appaji always says that even think of wanting to do Bhagavad Gita, even that thought will not come, even that opportunity, right? And then on top of it, not just the thought of it, and then things happening in our life that it happened. It happened. So the initiation, the thought, everything is all destined, and something that we might have done like somewhere, some other source, right?
Yes.
And also not just the offering that Apache has given us, which is Bhagavad Gita. And I love this thing about Apache, like I call him Appa, right? He's so like considerate and so welcoming and so loving unconditionally. And when I use that word, I really truly mean it, unconditionally, because he loves you the way that you are, and then he knows you're a human being. So that means just the things that you were talking about, like that ego part, all those aspects, he knows about this. Yet, like his willingness to offer this, which stays with that for all life, and then that we can like use on a day-to-day basis, that part is one of the among like million infinite number of things that he's able to offer, like all these people. So that journey of like going through stuff where you're struggling, it's just a process of, I feel like, his vision for us who are blessed ones to go through that process of grinding, like they say, Abdul Kalam Azad ji, right? Like if you want to shine like a sun, you have to burn like one. Right?
Absolutely.
So
I believe in that.
even though I spoke a lot, like I'm so overwhelmed because you guys were there for me, and then it was so beautiful and unique. It's like a long time and lifetime friendships, right? So did you ever, in that whole process of 10 months, did you ever feel like you want to quit?
Many times.
Many times,
Yeah.
What made you come back? What actually made you want to drop, and what made you come back?
Drop is like first that ego part, first 2 months that ego thing, right? And then I had a very, very busy schedule, right? We run a Videsia Group, and there are so many like responsibilities for that. So time was a big factor, plus that ego thing, like why, and then, but the thing about me is, even though I feel like quitting, I can't quit because that's not in my nature. So by nature, I'm not a quitter. So
Fighter. You're a fighter. Shalu is a fighter.
Exactly.
Yes.
So
with love, though.
With love.
Yes.
So, and I don't fight with people. I cannot confront people. I fight with myself, because I do a lot of shadow work on me. I talk to myself because this is one way for me to evolve and grow. Because if you don't fix yourself, there is nothing outside to get fixed. It's that simple. So instead of like, yes, of course, I do push my kids do this, right. But I know that is just a motherly duties. That's what I'm doing. So I have to tell them. But from the very core, I know that I have to fix myself. So I do a lot of work on myself, like every single day. And this is also a journey so we are all storytellers. So everything in my life has a story, or it becomes a story. Even if I am buying some clothes, there is a story behind it. So for me, this journey, this yatra, I think you're always born with that, right? That spirituality. People say like, oh, it happens. No, you're born with that because your purvajan karmas, or whatever you want to say, it's individual thought process. For me, it's like there is something which is coming from previous janmas. So you're born with that. It does, but when it will get triggered, that depends on Ishwara's anugrah. So it happened to me. Yes. It's just happened for me. So I was born with that, always had that things. But I think some 13, 14 years back, that craving started in me.
You
I
were
mean, I
actually
was
coming. You were actually
so
coming to
hungry.
the point that I really wanted to bring you. Come there because I have something to say. Yeah.
So it started for me, like that hunger started. I wanted to know, like, what is this like? So I had that time, it's like a lot of things happening in the world, like in Indian politics and all that. So Facebook was like a big medium, right? So I had a lot of friends, unknown people I was connected to, like journalists and people who are here also, but very much interested in Indian things, right? So there's one student who, who was in like, who came to UT Austin that time. And this is sometime 2011 or 2012, sometime like that. And we all were like having this passion for India, like India should fight back and
Politics
do
के बारे में है?
politics in every aspect. Like you know that it's going downhill, so everybody wanted for India, like to just fight back.
Fight back.
Right? And it is not about this party or that party. No, I'm not
It's
talking
not
about
politics
that
के
kind.
बारे में नहीं था.
Politics nahi hai. But people were like very aggressive that time. A lot of things were happening in India, right? So that's how I got connected to many people. And that one student who really impacted me. And then there's one more person who impacted my thought process was this 22 years old student came to UT Austin from India.
उधर आप क्या कर रहे थे?
I was like on Facebook friend with like because it's a big you know the family बन जाता है right कि वो इसको जानते उसको जानते and your thought process is similar so you align so you have many people right so I read one of his article on ITBL it's like India behind the lens IBTL or something like that there was a page Facebook page at that time called India behind the lenses and I read one article written by him on very normal topic like something but then I liked it and then we all were talking right it's a big group so one day he posted on his Facebook and it popped up on my timeline that hey today is my first class of Bhagavad Gita I'm going to attend it stuck me like 23-year-old kid coming from India in UT Austin.
Was it from Hanuman Temple?
No.
He was somewhere else.
Somewhere else. We're talking about Bhagavad Gita and he's, so what is this knowledge? What people are, like, you are so curious because that is time your hunger was like rising, right? So I'm like, I want to know. That thought came to know, I want to know what people are talking about, what is this, why he's going for Bhagavad Gita and he's just so young and he's making effort. What are we doing? So that was the first click. And then since I believe in those things like universe, if you are like, if you reflect something, you attract similar things, right?
Like attracts like, and then they say that the individual consciousness actually contributes to the universal consciousness. There is a cause and effect for everything that you're saying, and also what you're seeking is also seeking you, right? That's what अभी बोला ना कि ये सब जो चीजें आपकी जिंदगी में हो रहे थे ना आपको ही पता नहीं होगा शायद
कोई ढूंढ रहा था मुझे भी
आप गुरु को ढूंढ रहे थे अप्पा जी को ढूंढ रहे थे और वो उनको भी पता है कि आपको वो ढूंढ रहे हैं लेकिन वो करेक्ट XYZ कोऑर्डिनेट्स टाइम एंड इफेक्ट वो सब होता है ना तभी जैसे बारिश होने के पहले लाइक वी गेट ऑल दिस थिंग्स सो दिस आर ऑल दिस राइट
सो उसके बाद चीज़ें फिर बहुत कुछ बदलने लगी सो वन मोर फ्रेंड लाइक not that like I know him as a friend but Facebook से connection kind of thing so he posted on his timeline ki we are starting a home study for Bhagavad Gita anybody interested and it happened to be from Arsha Vidya Gurukulam Swami Dayanand Saraswati okay it just popped up on
I was showing you
so I messaged him and I wanted to know like how it works and stuff like that right कभी पहले ऐसे किया नहीं था. So he responded कि this is the link, you sign up and things will get very. So that time it's like my second one. My daughter was just 1 or 1.5 years old. It was cold winter. सुबह ऑफिस जाना, बच्चों को ड्रॉप करना एंड देन पिकअप करके घर आते आते इट्स लाइक 7 o'clock. विंटर टाइम तो ठंड है एंड डार्क हो जा रहा है, राइट? बट दैट इज़ व्हाट समथिंग आई सेड, लाइक आई एम नॉट अ क्विटर. So what I did is, okay, turning, and that time technology was not that like the way it is, right? You one click away, you have to log in, you have to go to their web page, and you too much complications, right? So what I started doing is like, okay, after all my dinner and I'm putting everybody to the bed, and then I sat on my bed, turn on the audios, listening and sleeping, because you get so exhausted after that. But I didn't quit. That is one thing I didn't do. It's just happened. जो भी हो रहा है, just जितना भी I can do it, let me do it. I don't know what I'm going to achieve out of it or what I'm going to get out of it. I had no idea. I was just like, just do it kind of thing, right?
You did it.
Yeah, I did it. I didn't give up. And then it started building up something for me, for sure. And then life changed. A lot of roller coaster happened in my own personal life with health and all that. But things just
Keep rolling.
keep rolling. It didn't stop for me. And then, so I found, I mean, through him, that Prashant, who posted for that Bhagavad Gita. So I online met Swamini ji, like Swamini Swatma Vidyanini ji, and I attended her classes and all that. That too is like a story. I was like talking to him on Facebook, and then he said, hey, I just noticed you signed up for this course. And then I said like, hey, I don't know if I'm going to do it. I'm not very sure because we are going on vacation and the classes are starting and it's not happening for me. I just like told him, and he said like, attend like whatever you can. Don't worry about like joining for the entire class or something for a week long or 2 week long. Jitna bhi hoga, 1 class, 2 class, just attend. I said, okay, theek hai, done. I mean, and then I sent an email, and then something happens like, okay, so there's some technical difficulty. I am not able to print these things. Nahi hoga. Then there's, and thinking कि वो तो भूल गए मुझे. 2 दिन बाद मुझे email आता है, hey, don't worry about it. You can join. This is the credentials, and you can join. And I attended the first class of Bhagavad Gita, chapter 12, Bhakti Yoga. I think that changed my life. So from there, it started, and
Today we are here.
batch 8 happened for me. That also happened because the previous batch, batch 7, was the Guinness Book Record
Yes.
Wallace
Yeah.
batch,
What
right?
batch tha, huh?
I was the volunteer there to sign the form that, hey, I witness all these people chanting
Oh.
as, you know,
Viewer.
and yeah, and then I was in the seat. It's like somebody was sitting next to me, somebody from Hanuman Temple, who are like in the managing committee, upper management, and his wife was
Trustees maybe.
yeah, maybe trustees, and his wife was sitting next to me, and since they all were chanting, I was also chanting because
You would be
I thought I'm pro, right? Then she said, hey, you should be there
Yeah.
chanting with them. Next year, I enrolled myself.
Yes.
And that's how me and you happen. And that's why we are sitting here today. That's
It's such a beautiful thing. In your own words, आपके जब ये पूरा finish हो गया था, you know, we got beautifully dressed. This is that blouse.
I know.
Right? It was divine. Like Appaji was there. You know, it's a journey. But that day is like it's like the product has been delivered, right? Everybody's emotions इतना ज़्यादा ऊपर नीचे
Very
सब
high.
होता है ना, एनर्जी भी हाई होती है. जब वो फिनिश हुआ, बिकॉज वो दिन जब आपको फिनिश हुआ, how did you feel? And then also, what do you think you actually you gathered?
I was just happy.
Hmm.
First of all, the thing is like, got this front row seat next to where
वो cake
Appaji
भी
was
मिला.
sitting. Yeah, the sofa. You know, one sofa was there on the stage where the memorizers were, and the one was in the this side where all
We
people
was
were like
somebody,
readers were there.
lot of people, Sabik, I think Sabik, few of our,
Yeah.
they texted and I said, you know, you always go do seva and stuff, reserve the seats in the first row. I said, okay, मैं जाऊंगी. I think that's how I ended up, if I remember correctly. I was there, and then पहले row में बच्चा के बच गया था, like right in front
I
of
know.
Appa, right?
For me, everybody was like, hey, हम लोग यहाँ पे है, will not be in like a live video or something like that. वो नहीं होगा. I'm just like, and inside me was like, I don't care about like my picture will be there or not. But you do not understand. You are going to be in the energy field of Appaji, right? So sitting next.
किसी ने बोला शालू कि आएंगे अप्पा.
हाँ.
So that was like another thing.
और वो मेरे को तो कॉन्फिडेंट था कि वो तो आएंगे क्योंकि his sofa is there, his seat is here. So I mean, no matter what, he's going to come and sit here, and that happened. So for me, I didn't. Everybody was saying like, hey, वहाँ पे बैठते हैं, उधर उस वाले साइड में बैठते हैं, फ्रंट रो में उस साइड जहाँ तुम बैठे थे और बाकी रेस्ट ऑफ द ग्रुप बैठा था हमारा अमूल्या जी का. ऐसे नहीं, यहाँ पे मुझे यहाँ पे बैठना है because I know कि he is going to sit here only and I will be in his energy field. So for me, and that is what I teach everybody and to my kids and to whoever who comes into my field कि it's not about कि तुमको वो गुरु या वो enlightened person है या वो स्वामी जी है वो अच्छे लगते हैं या उनकी बातें तुमको अलाइन करती हैं या नहीं करती. It's not about that. No matter what, वो तुम्हारी एनर्जी फील्ड से हायर एनर्जी फील्ड में हैं because they are he's or she is doing that work on themselves. So no matter what, उनका एनर्जी फील्ड तुमसे तो हायर है.
They're doing sadhana for life. They're born for a cause.
Yeah. वो अच्छा कर रहे हैं, बुरा कर रहे हैं, वो पब्लिक में क्या कर रहे हैं, it's that is not my business. My thing is like whatever he is doing for himself, उनका एनर्जी फील्ड तुमसे हायर है. तो डजेंट मैटर कि तुम उनके थॉट प्रोसेस से अलाइन होते हो या नहीं होते, उनकी टीचिंग से अलाइन होते हो या नहीं होते हो, बट इफ़ यू आर इन हिज और हर एनर्जी फील्ड नियर दैट एनर्जी विल अपलिफ्ट यू. यू विल फाइंड योर डायरेक्शन इन योर लाइफ कि तुमको तुम्हारी जो यात्रा है, तुम्हारी जो इस आत्मा की यात्रा है, उसका डायरेक्शन तुमको मिलेगा बिकॉज तुम्हारी एनर्जी अपलिफ्ट हुई है उस हायर एनर्जी फील्ड में. सो इट डजेंट मैटर कि तुम लेटर इन योर लाइफ तुम इस गुरु को फॉलो करोगे या उस गुरु को फॉलो करोगे. नो, ये तो लेटर ऑन इट विल बी डिसाइडेड क्योंकि तुम्हारे लिए कोई तो असाइंड है, बट तुमको वहाँ पहुँचना है उस पॉइंट पे पहुँचने के लिए जो तुम्हारे लिए है. Yes, so you should be in their energy field so that you get uplifted. That is my thought process. I'm not saying that कि यही thought process सही है, but this is my thought process. This is how I feel. That is why it doesn't matter कि see, first guru is Swamini Swatma Vidyananda ji from Arsha Vidya Gurukulam. I have never met her personally, but the first day I saw her online, I felt like she's so beautiful. I mean, felt like mother, and I felt like she's so beautiful. I have not seen any sadhvi as beautiful as she was. She still is. But my yatra is like from there
Everything
to there to Appaji, and being in his energy field that day was, I felt like an accomplishment for me.
सी जैसे वो जिंदगी का जो डोर है वो पकड़ के रखने के लिए आई फील लाइक जैसे आप बोल रहे हैं कि वो डोरी पकड़ के रखने के लिए वो खुद आपको हाथ में देते. देख, यू टेक दिस थिंग, होल्ड ऑन टू दिस थिंग, राइट. whether he's physically there or not, he's like, okay, I gave you this, hold on to these things while I'm physically not there. So that is what I feel from you, right? So I know you do so many things, such beautiful things, and I try to see if I can cover this in like, you have to leave in like
15 minutes.
15 minutes. So we'll keep like 15
Okay,
minutes. And I'll
okay.
keep it like sharp, and then you tell me. You like tell me a little bit about. There are different bhajan things that you do. There are some things that you do at the temple also. Very shortly, you tell me like what you're offering to people, that you're doing right now.
So like few years back, I say 5 years back, me and my husband, I don't know, that also just happened to me or for me, I don't know. We were like pushed into us. It was not planned. So we started this Videsia Group.
What is that? What is
Videsia means Videsi. So whoever is away from their root is Videsi. So Videsi is a country word for Videshi, and Videshi means foreigner.
Yeah,
Right.
we always used to. When I saw the group, I'm like, it sounds like Videshi, but it's actually with the V.
Yeah, in a country language, Videshi is Bidesi.
Bideshi.
So Bidesi
Oh,
say
thank you.
Bidesia. So Bidesia means whoever is away from there, and we all are away from their roots, right? So it just happened to us that we started that to like do the folk culture, like folk singing, like raw, very raw. So I am from Kanpur, UP, and my husband is also from Banaras.
Saris.
Saris.
Banaras.
Yeah,
See, now
but
I know
he's
where
born
to get
and
to.
raised in Mumbai.
So now I can ask you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's like, he sing really. He's a beautiful singer. His voice.
Next time we should bring him.
So he's
This
like,
time, na, we'll have instruments and everything.
And instruments, yes.
So, yeah, and
so he started singing, and that time I was not like fully involved. He was singing, and we are like singing at different places and stuff like that. And so and see, that's what I said in the beginning. Ki if you start something, doesn't matter. You don't need entire universe at that very moment to be there to do thing for you. No, you just do it. You will attract
Things
people,
will come to
similar
you.
people who will help you in your journey. Will come to your
Facilitators will come.
in your experience. So this is that is exactly happened to us. So he started singing, and then he was asking, can you help me with this, can you help me? And then COVID happened, right? So then he was not getting all those tabla player and all that, right? And he was doing smuling, too much smuling. He utilized COVID time in the best possible.
Yes, and you did too.
Yeah.
Yes.
So then he started like, hey, mujhe tabla wala nahi mil raha hai, can you play dholak for me? And that time I was a very beginner in dholak. I was like, just baja rahe hai,
ऐसा
कुछ
so
नहीं है.
fantastic. एक दिन session करेंगे.
Session
रात
करेंगे.
भर.
And then it just happened कि I said, okay, ठीक है, मैं तुम्हारे लिए ढोलक बजा दूंगी करके. And he started playing harmonium, and I started playing dholak with him. And it's just happening.
It just grew.
Yeah, it's not like anything planned or we thought about it. It's just
It's
flowing.
skyrocketed. It just
like
flows. It
so
just flows.
smoothly happening and flowing, right? And then so this Videsia group happened. We started doing folk singing, very raw, like completely like raw जो होता है एकदम गाँव में जो north हिंदी बेल्ट में जो singing होती है
वो बहुत ही like शुद्ध
शुद्ध
बोलते
होता
हैं
है
ना.
हाँ उसमें कुछ
I'm like when I hear him, I'm like I cannot say a thing.
So before that, we all were doing, you know, the life here, like weekends में Bollywood parties and dinner parties, and we all do karaoke and we sing. But there's like एक time होता है कि you feel like
खत्म हो गया.
similar thing you're doing. We're still doing that. We are having fun, but we're more into the folk culture of like raw folk culture. So then we started doing Chhat Puja and other events, like small event, which are like बिल्कुल गाँव वाले जो the way they are celebrated in the countryside, not in the city side. Similar festivals you celebrate in cities, but in country you put different things, right? So we started doing that. So Saraswati Puja, Makar Sankranti, we call it Magh Mela, and then we were doing Sundarkand also. Slowly, it's like with Hanumanji's blessing, you know, he like Hanumanji is the guiding force. So he was like taking us. We were not putting any effort. It was just happening on its own. And then slowly we started performing at temple, Sundarkand, and built a group also. We have a mandali now, Sundarkand mandali, Ramayana mandali, Bhagavad Gita chanting group, right? So then slowly, this Bhagavad Gita also happened in meanwhile, right? So we also like, okay, we are getting so much from the community and from the people and from the life and from the temples also, right? What are we offering to the community? What can you do? What can we do, and how can we add value to it, right? So we said, like, let's create this initiative. So Videsia Group started this initiative, Ghar Ghar Ramayana, Ghar Ghar Gita. ठीक है? तो उसमें Sundarkand is part of it. So we do Ramcharitmanas, Akhand Ramayana part, and Sundarkand from there.
So, like, how, like, अभी जो ग्रुप में है ना यार, उनको पता है कि आप ये करते हैं, लेकिन जो लोगों को नहीं पता कि आप ये कर रहे हैं, लेकिन उनके घर में करवाना है, तो how will they know that you're doing this? So
this is by mouth, right? Word, like,
I'm sorry, actually I want you to continue and finish all the things that you're doing, because you know, I agree. Forget.
So we started कि चलो अभी we are going to tell people that we are doing a free seva. It's a seva. For us, it's a seva. We'll go to people's home, connect Ram with individual person, right? घर घर जाते हैं, घर घर रामायण करते हैं, घर घर सुंदरकांड करते हैं. So we do full musical 2.5 hour Sundarkand from Ramcharitmanas. It's so beautiful, and we have like our friends also. Like, that's how I said, like, Bhagwan will send people who are going to help you in this journey, right? So there are people selflessly committed. Those people are also. It's so, I'm not going to say that it's just me and my husband's thing. They're also devoting their time. Pura. They are devoting their time, and they're not getting out anything out of it. Yes, but yes, they are getting out it because they are taking Ram ka naam. So that is what we're doing, and we are doing it for past 3 years, 4 years, like Ghar Ghar Seva. People do call me and schedule with me.
So under that, Ghar Ghar Seva में सुंदरकांड है.
सुंदरकांड है, अखंड रामायण है, 24 hour पारायण of Ramcharitmanas, and then Bhagavad Gita है. We just did that.
We should do more.
Bhagavad Gita Jayanti pe, and that was a pure bliss. And I'm so thankful that you came and you gave your time for that. I mean,
no, I can.
It was so peaceful at home after the
chanting. I have to, जैसे आप बोल रहे हैं ना कि I have to be present, and for Shalu I have to be present for sure. Yeah. But then that I needed to be there. I told you that day that
yes,
I have to be there.
And I want you to, like, let's keep rolling that ball. Like, yes, Sundarkand, we are doing it. Yeah. Our schedule is fully booked and stuff like that. The Ramayana is there. But I mean, we are literally pushing for Bhagavad Gita also. Like, it should reach to individuals' home, because
like you know where they are. Like yesterday, I think today, Appa went to Ayodhya, because you know all the team, like, you know, यहाँ से जाते हैं ना, जो memorize करें. So
wow,
so sitting today and then
talking about that.
Him,
so it's his blessing actually, and I feel कि that day when I was sitting next to him, I also got uplifted. I don't know how much, I don't know, and I don't want to know actually. मुझे नहीं जानना है, मुझे जानना भी अभी right now when I talk or think about these things, मुझे ऐसे लगता है ना कि मुझे नहीं जानना है कि मेरा नेक्स्ट क्या होना है या कैसे होगा, कि मुझे नहीं जानना है, मुझे ये अच्छा लग रहा है और आपको मालूम है भगवान जी कैसे करना है, आप करो, मुझे बस मजा आना चाहिए. For me, आनंद is the thing now. Like, I should feel that bliss. Rest. So my father, there are few chaupai in Ramcharitmanas. So everybody sing that, and ki Narad ji ask Vishnu ji ki jai bidhi hoy naat hit mora karam subhe das mein tora type. So Bhagwan ko to malum hai ki what is best for you. But what if you are not very precise in asking, Bhagwan will give you what is best for you. But you will like it or not like it is dicey. बहुत बार भगवान जी सब कुछ करते हैं पर वो हमें अच्छा नहीं लगता, राइट? तो नारद जी को भगवान ने बंदर बना दिया था, विष्णु जी ने, क्योंकि वो शादी करने जा रहे थे किसी के लिए। शादी जब वो स्वयंवर में जा रहे थे तो नारद जी ने बोला कि मुझे बहुत सुंदर वर बना दो, सो दैट आई गेट द वरमाला। और उन्होंने ऐसे बोला कि जय विधि होय नाथ, मतलब जिसमें मेरा हित हो वैसा आप कर दो, मैं तो आपका दास हूँ। नारद जी ने सोचा कि मुझे अपना स्वरूप देंगे, बिकॉज विष्णु जी तो वेरी सुंदर,
सच अ ब्यूटीफुल स्टोरी। आई एम ग्लैड दैट यू ब्रॉट दिस अप।
पर विष्णु जी को तो मालूम था कि अगर तुमने शादी किया तो तुम्हारी जो व्हाटएवर योर जर्नी इज गोइंग टू गेट डिरेल्ड। सो भगवान गेव हिम वानर स्वरूप। वहाँ पे स्वयंवर में when he went, everybody was laughing at him. And Narad ji is thinking like, oh, I'm the
so
most handsome this time today.
He's
because
handsome, but then he
Yeah.
has a perception of something else in his mind.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when everybody was laughing and the princess chose somebody else instead of Narad ji, so Narad ji बहुत गुस्से में बाहर आया, and when he was looking in the water, he saw Vanar face. He got very angry and he cursed भगवान। कि कर्स ये था कि जब तुम त्रेता में राम बनोगे ना, तब तुम्हें वानरों की ही जरूरत पड़ेगी। You will get help from वानरस only. So that was the thing. तो पापा ने सिखाया कि don't ask that, because भगवान will give you what is best for you, but there are chances you will not like it and then you will get upset with भगवान.
More chances, because
भगवान से upset
we
हो जाओगे।
operate human mind. You are so beautiful. Yeah.
So instead, Aranya Kand में, when Ram ji is in his vanvas yatra, there is one more jobai, and then he taught me that कि जय विधि, instead of that you say तुम्हि नीकी लागे रघुराई सो मोहि देव दास सुखदाई, and कि तुम्हें आपको जो अच्छा लगे वो मुझे दे दो, क्योंकि मुझे तो मालूम है कि उससे मुझे आनंद ही होगा, because I will feel good. Rishi already said, Rishi already said कि you, because you are Sukhdai, Bhagwan is who gives all that sukh, right? The bliss, the happiness, it's Bhagwan's kripa, it's Bhagwan's anugrah, right? तो ऋषि ने बोला कि जो आपको अच्छा लगे, भगवान ने कहा ना वर मांगो, तो भगवान ऋषि ने बोला कि देखो भाई, जो आपको देना है दे दो, आप तो सुखदाई हो, आप जो भी दोगे उससे मुझे सुख होगा। He already put that word कि मुझे सुख होगा ही होगा, that is already conditioned. जब ये आता है, then भगवान gives you everything. तो भगवान ने क्या दिया? अविरल भक्ति विरद विज्ञाना हो सकल गुण ज्ञान निधाना। इसके बाद देने के लिए भगवान के पास भी कुछ बचता नहीं है कि अविरल भक्ति भी दे दिया, ज्ञान भी दे दिया, गुण भी दे दिया, ऐश्वर्य वैभव, everything Ram gave to that Rishi. That was the boon Ram gave, because Rishi said जो आपको ठीक लगे आप दे दो, मुझे उससे सुख होगा। Done.
So two things यार, एक तो ये सबको बता दो कि like the way that Papa has taught you, like how to ask, how exactly to ask, cover that. And also in Bhagavad Gita we call what is the word that I'm looking for? Prasad buddhi.
हाँ.
Right? Prasad buddhi. जो भी भगवान देते हैं, take it as prasad and accept it. Right. Because what we ask, our mind is influenced by those things. ये चाहिए, वो चाहिए, ये चाहिए. Might not be the best thing as you're saying. तो when you come to that acceptance, जैसे आप बोल रहे हैं ना कि जो भी है प्रसाद बुद्धि, साधना उसमें, right? So वो उसके बारे में you tell me like based on your time थोड़ा सा, और
so प्रसाद बुद्धि
और किस तरह से पूछना चाहिए?
Right. तो पापा ने ये, for me, my father has this command on Ramcharitmanas, I would say that. As see, every daughter's hero is the father, right? So for me, he was like that, and for मुझे नहीं मालूम if he was like he has command over Ramcharitmanas or no, that. But as a daughter, he was my hero. So for me, that is the statement for me. So whenever I'm in situation or I'm having a conversation, he's not here with us anymore, but he's listening. So whenever I was having any conversation or I'm in situation and I have a question, so he will never ever tell me कि ये करो, you do this or that, तो ये fix हो जाएगा. No, he will never. What he would do is like, okay, talk, and in the end, not even immediately, later in the talk, you will figure it out कि he'll come up with some chaupai from Ramcharitmanas.
Okay.
And then we start discussing, he will explaining and stuff like that. And then I realized this is exactly what I was looking for. This is the answer I was looking for. And then I was like, Papa, this is yahi to pooch rahi thi main. So he always come up with this way of teaching instead of telling ki fix this solution that way, this way, that. No, he will never gave me the instruction. Instead, having a long conversation for 1 or 2 hours, and at the end he will bring some chaupai and he will explain that, and then I'm like, this is the mantra for me, this is the thing. So prasad buddhi also, what I feel is like, not everybody is there to like understand what is prasad buddhi. It's you have to start from the kindergarten. You cannot be PhD from the very first day. So it's always like practice. Of course, 5 years back or 10 years back, जो मेरा thought process था, बहुत immature, जो भी होगा, आज नहीं है. That doesn't mean कि I'm a different person or I am like a double way life जी रहे. ऐसा नहीं है. No. What I was 10 years ago, उससे मैं evolve होके अभी यहाँ पहुँची हूँ. That means कि हम practice. So अगर my way of thinking is कि जो तुम 10 साल पहले थे, when I was in my 20s, I've had a completely different mind, a very angry young women and very competitive and blah blah blah, right? But that was required for that age. You have to be that, otherwise you need that jolt to reach somewhere, right? But I cannot be same person, and I should not have the same thought process at this age what I had when I was 20, because then I did not evolve. मैंने कुछ grow नहीं किया अपनी life में, then this life is a waste. So जब तुम 30 में थे, you cannot be like behaving like 20 years old. When you are in your 40s, you should not be behaving like that. I mean, because then you are not evolving. You are not in like moving anywhere in your journey. And the whole purpose of this physical third dimension is to move and to evolve. And that we always see, me and you. That's why we connect with third dimension and fifth. People think, what is this fifth dimension? It's not anywhere somewhere like you go take car and go to that. No, it's the journey from your ahankar buddhi to hriday-buddhi. It's just this from here to here, 20 centimeters.
Yes,
That's it.
Whether you're speaking from your mind or from your heart. From your
That's
heart.
all. Mind is your ego-buddhi. It's always your ego-buddhi. We all are made of that ego. Because भगवान के अहंकार से ही तो हमारी सृष्टि हुई है. तो वो तो होगा ही होगा. But यात्रा भी तो यहाँ से वो अहंकार बुद्धि से हृदय चक्र तक है. Right. So that is fifth dimension, and that is what I always talk about. कि fifth dimension में you have to drop everything. You cannot enter because that quantum field will not let you enter into that. And the key is emotions. The key to enter in that quantum field is your emotion, and when you drop everything.
So like we're at like really, like I know.
Yeah, I know.
We're closing in, but then in 4 minutes we'll close. But then it came out so beautifully, because just yesterday I was looking at the map of consciousness, the level of the frequencies. Something popped in, I read and then I talk to people, and then, so this is what it is, right? So many different ways you look at it, the level of consciousness, the ultimate consciousness, and then also all these human emotions that God has given. You brought those things up. And also one of the interesting thing आपने लाया कि जो answers हम seek कर रहे हैं ना, खुद अंदर है. अंदर है. जैसे पापा आपको बता रहे थे कि he will lead you to get your answers on your own. It's such a beautiful process कि जब हमसे खुद आता है ना, then we're in that alignment of like when it comes from you. So like beautifully, such a guru for you,
Yes.
right? Papa se zyada guru hai.
Yeah.
So you bought that aspect. Before we end in 2 minutes, one thing that I want to share, you always look beautiful, but there is such a like shining since I started like half an hour ago probably. Now I see like a different kind of glow like as I'm speaking to you. So I can see that and I can feel that also. So it has carry that on and give it to like as many people as you can. And let's do that Bhagavad Gita thing
Bhagavad Gita
also.
and Sundarkand.
Sundarkand,
People can contact me, call me, and if I have slot or time, we can do. We just enjoy. This is our seva. And so one more thing I wanted to add on that. So for us, for Videsia Group, for me and my husband, this is a Mahayagna. भगवान ने एक महायज्ञ शुरू किया है घर घर रामायण या सुंदरकांड का. For us, this is Mahayagna, and we are just putting our ahuti into it. Yeah, it should be kept like that. It's a Mahayagna, it's an Anushtan happening, and we are doing this seva is just an ahuti into that yagna.
beautiful way to think. So I know I cannot let you go. I don't know. I carry this because I'll go to temple after this. Yeah. You need glasses?
Yeah, and
Okay.
I read in Sanskrit.
In Sanskrit. So we might, there is no perfection, but can we just do like first just the Gita Dhyānam? Just this much, I know because you gotta go.
Okay.
And then, okay, because.
Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha
अथ गीता ध्यान श्लोकाः ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी. Thank you so much.
Shri Krishna.
Oh my God, give me a hug.
Thank you so much. I'm in so much love with you. You know that. So there is.
I am everybody's baby.
Yeah, no. You're. There's something in you which is very lovable.
Oh, you're
And
so
you do
lovely.
so much. I see your pictures everywhere. So beautiful.
No,
I love that Odissi thing and all that dancing and every time when I go to Hanuman temple for Bhagavad Gita chanting, you're always there doing something.
I'm super blessed.
Yeah.
I feel
I want to do that.
it's not feeling. I truly like genuinely. इतने सारे लोगों से प्यार मिलता है ना.
That's what you
दे दो यार.
Yeah.
प्यार दे के चले जाओ.
मुझे भी यही लगता है कि अभी I started also feeling कि यार जो मिल रहा है वही तो वापस करेंगे ना. तो तुमको अगर प्यार चाहिए तुम वो वापस दो.
And it's not a saying when you put it to practicality.
It happens. For me, whoever you are, whatever you're reflecting, you're going to attract and in your experience. So if it doesn't matter what you're saying from your mouth, the words, no, it doesn't hold any power. The thing which holds is inside you. That feeling, that emotion which you're reflecting, you're attracting.
I'm super
So that is why we are attracting.
Right?
Chala,
जो
thank you
आपके
so
पापा
much.
है उनको भी. I know that he's watching.
He's
so
watching, yes.
for Appaji also.
Appaji
pranam.
also, all the gurus who came into our life,
Yes,
everyone, every single one molded us into something big.
And we're still evolving, which is good.
Every single day, every moment we are evolving. So there is no end to learning or growth or your evolution.
Awesome. We'll meet again. उनको भी लाएंगे
Absolutely,
next time.
absolutely. Next time we'll have a jamming, bhajan jamming or dholak jamming with him.
All right. Thank you.
Alrighty, thank you so much, Padma, for inviting me. Thank you, thank you.